You're listening to the Weekend Sport Podcast with Jason Pine from News Talk ZB.
And this time every Saturday afternoon, we have the pleasure of the company of Australian Correspondent Adam Peacock, who joins us now. Adam, I want to talk some cricket and some football, but can we start with rugby? The Wallabies beating England in dramatic fashion last weekend at Twickenham. Did anybody see this coming?
First time I reckon I've spoken to you, Piney, and I'm happy to start with rugby. No. To be brutally honest, it was a very pleasant surprise when we awoke last weekend to that result and the manner of it as well, in that it was so dramatic as the death there. But yeah, talking to someone from Rugby Australia who I know quite well, who has just joined the organisation the last 6 months, he said that early last week everyone's just kind of got a pep in their step again. There's a bit of doomsday about the place over the last couple of years, which is fair enough. There's been huge turmoil in the joint, but he, being new to the joint, is just really happy for the people that have been there for a while and have lived through some pretty dark days to have something like that. And yeah, no predictions about what's going to go on this weekend, but it's certainly given people a bit of hope about the next 2 years, which is massive because there's a few big things on the horizon with the Lions Tour and then a World Cup down the track as well. Indeed.
I see Joseph Suaalii played really well against England, but down to the bench for this one against Wales. What's been the initial assessment of his switch across from rugby league to rugby?
Yeah, class. Yeah, you could see it with some of those silky touches in the midfield, and you know he's a great addition, and he kind of justified Joe Schmidt what seems on face value a massive gamble. So no, he's going to be very good. I think I've probably done the right thing with him. It is a hard thing to do back to back, and these tours are not easy, especially because they don't play anything in between and there's no real rest. So yeah, they've mixed it up this weekend, but he's certainly a weapon off the bench.
Let's go to football. The Socceroos in World Cup qualifying, a 0-0 draw with Saudi Arabia Thursday night. They play Bahrain Wednesday morning. I've seen some mixed reviews of the 0-0 draw online, as is usually the case. What did you make of it?
Yeah, it could have been better, but it could have been worse. So I'm not going to bag the crap out of the result, but I'm not going to sing its praises. Or the performance. It wasn't fluid. It was a bit clunky, but it's where we are, and an opposition with a new coach. So there was a noted bounce there about how they were playing. But yeah, it's with results that have gone our way, destiny's still very much in our own hands. Now we go to Bahrain, and hopefully they take this as a huge game. Obviously, you won't have the stature of. There was really good TV ratings actually for the Socceroos the other night over here, but this one's going to be played at probably like 4 o'clock in the morning, so there's not going to be that huge nature about it. But it's in a way probably a bigger game against Bahrain because they did us over here. There was a few antics that were going on with diving and time wasting and carrying on, like that all suffered a fatality every time they got fouled. So yeah, there's a bit of that about it, and hopefully they take that with the eye to a bit of vengeance against Bahrain and get the 3 points and definitely put us on course to qualify automatically for the World Cup.
So what's the situation? There's different stages of Asian World Cup qualifying, isn't there? Yeah. So if for example, Australia beat Bahrain, that would put them in the box seat for automatic qualification?
Yeah, so we need to finish top 2. Japan are off and running. They're gone. They're at the top, and they look like they're going to easily automatically qualify. So we're on 6 points at the moment. I dare say we'd need 13, 14 points to qualify automatically in this group of 6. If it doesn't go our way, 3rd and 4th then go into another stage of qualifying, because Asia now has 8.5 spots, not just the 4.5, which we've previously had. So there's a few more layers to it. Look, our players would love, because a lot of them in Europe, like your guys as well, it's hard for them to travel to the other side of the world, go back to Europe, perform at their best for their club. It's better for everyone if we qualify automatically, because it means there's less games that they have to come back for, if you know what I mean. So it's crucial. So probably 2 wins and a draw gets us through, but it won't be easy.
All right, we'll keep eyes on that. And back on Australian soil, a hugely anticipated 5-test series against the Indian cricket team starting in Perth, then test matches in Adelaide, that's a day-nighter, Brisbane, the Boxing Day test in Melbourne, and then in Sydney. Man, what a lineup, Australia against India. How much anticipation around ahead of this?
Yeah, it's huge, and thanks for softening up the Indians for us, Piney. I'm serious. They're not coming here feeling great about themselves. There's a lot of questions about the Indian cricket team. Now, they've got a lot of experience about them, but do they have the ability to tie it back all together again? On totally different decks, obviously. Like Virat Kohli's got a magnificent record here. He averages over 50. So I dare say we see a different Virat Kohli. But what about those around him, like Jaiswal, the very talented opener, never had to face bowling on these pitches before like this. Like, we know he's good. Is he good enough to handle this? Rohit Sharma's going to miss one of the first two, if not both, first and second tests with a family situation. So, yeah, they're kind of under the microscope a bit, but they're good enough to come out of it. Our team, conversely, is all about who's going to open. They've chosen this Nathan McSweeney out of South Australia, a bit of a left field selection if you looked at it from 6 months ago. But, yeah, we're pretty settled. Our bowling unit's pretty settled, so if everyone gets through unscathed the series, it's going to be a fantastic series that I think Australia has the edge in.
Yeah, we'll certainly be keeping eyes on it over here. Lots going on, as I say, both sides of the Tasman. Thanks for keeping us up to date, Adam. We'll do it again next Saturday.
Sounds good. Thanks, Piney.
No, thank you, Adam. Adam Peacock, drive safe. Our Australian correspondent around this time every Saturday afternoon.
For more from Weekend Sport with Jason Pine, listen live to News Talk ZB weekends from midday or follow the podcast on iHeartRadio.